The simplest method of exporting to audio in Sibelius is to export the entire score as one single audio file. So you go to the File menu, press Export, and choose Audio, and you'll want to choose where you want to save it to, and you also want to choose the format. MP3 will give you a much smaller file. The next one down, WAV, gives you a much bigger file, which presumably being bigger has more information and thus is a higher quality file. But MP3 usually works for most purposes. And so you give it a name, you make sure you're saving it where you want to save it, you choose the format, and you also ensure that your configuration is on Sibelius 7 Sounds, and then you just press Export, and the file will just pop up. And the file will just pop up wherever you decided to save it. So in Mixcraft, you can import the sound file that you just exported from Sibelius. So select where you want to put the file, go to the Sound menu, and say Add Sound File. And there it pops in there. Sometimes Sibelius files are a little bit too thin, and so back in Sibelius, M for Mixer, make sure that the master volume is right up at max, which it is in this file already. The tempo of the original Sibelius file was 100, so you'd have to make sure that the tempo of your project is matching the Sibelius file. And with Sibelius, you also have to pop in, zoom into the front of the sound, take the snap off, and delete the silence at the start of the sound. If you trim the start of the sound properly, it should, and make sure the tempos are matching, it should be precisely as long as it originally was. This one is hanging over very slightly, so it might just be a good idea to let that happen and offset the next loop so you don't lose the sort of resonance of the end of the sound. But if for some reason you don't want to do that, then I suggest slicing it back to the edge of the bar line.